which is a yarn store here in Montgomery, Texas. I'm so happy that you've tuned in to see this episode. I honestly have no idea what episode number this is. It's somewhere around 39, 40, somewhere in there. But it's been about 2 weeks since I've podcasted last, so I'm a little bit off my game. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. And we're going to dive right in because we have quite a bit of, we have a lot of knitting content this week. Even though I feel like I haven't knit a whole lot, we have a lot to cover. And there's no finished objects. Wah, wah. Well, actually, no, there is. Hold that thought. There is a finished object. So this is, let me take this off real quick. This is the Shift Cowl by Andrea Mowry. Ta-da! So this is knit out of red stag fiber, 3 colors. Sunshine, which is the yellow. The purpley orchid color is English rose, and then the blue is Key, which is spelled Q-U-A-Y. It's British spelling. So, there's a better look at it. It's been blocked out. It's really a nice size cowl because it can kind of drape over one side. It doesn't be, if you're don't like things around your neck, it's a little more drapey. But you can, of course, pull it up and get it closer if that's how you prefer to wear it. This just took 1 skein of each color, and really it took about, I would say about a half a skein of each color. It's not knit in the round. You seam it up on this back side here. It's a very easy knit, just slipping stitches to create this kind of faux colorwork mosaic. And the instructions tell you exactly how and when to change your colors. So yeah, that was a fun, quick knit. Put this back on. Okay. All right, let's get started. So like I said, that was my only finished object. I have so much stuff here. Okay, so for the past 2 weeks, it's been 2 weeks or 3 weeks? It might have been 3 weeks. I don't remember. And it's really not that important. Okay, so I found a languishing whip and knit on it last week, I know, and then I haven't knit on it since, but I need to keep going with it. This is the Evolve Shawl by Hohi Locatelli. You can see I've just finished the first color section, and I did the fade, and now I'm going into this gray color, which is this. The yarn is Suburban Stitcher, which is the yarn that the pattern was originally designed in. And you can see beautiful kind of like faux cabling all throughout. So you're not actually doing cable stitches where you're having to use a cable needle or take stitches off of your needle. It is a faux cable where you're just using knitting stitches together with various directions and making one rights and lefts to create this cable pattern, which is really cool. Let me see if I can show you a picture. The pattern is in Interpretations Volume 6, but it is available on Ravelry as a separate download. That is the shawl. So you can see I'm basically right here, and I need to finish the rest of it. And it just gets wider and wider, so it's like a pennant shape almost, really. Okay, so that's one project that I worked on. Then I also went through my whips and dug back out my Sereno Symphony by Stephen West. And am I in the middle of a row? Of course I am. Well, I'll let you see kind of where I am. I am in this bubble section. Got one more row of the dark fuzzy bubbles. But you can see we have this scallopy section and then a little brioche. So it's a very much a crescent-y, well, not even crescent, it's more of a the shape reminds me of a Christmas tree skirt, where you have kind of a circle with a split in the middle to wrap around your tree. That's kind of the finished shape. I don't have the pattern with me to show you it all laid out, but that is what the finished shape will be. So the yarn I'm using for this is Ching Fiber. The background color is Blue Finch on fingering, and then I have Dirt on Melted Baby Suri, also Blue Finch on Melted Baby Suri for kind of a monochromatic look, and then the Night or Night Sky, I think it's just Night, also by Ching Fibers on the Baby Suri. This is the Night. It's super dark with bits of blue. This is Blue Finch on fingering. This is Dirt on the Baby Suri. And this is Blue Finch on Baby Suri. So that, I knocked out a few rows on that and then put it down again. But I'm kind of past the difficult part on that one, so I'm going to try and crank out some more rows on that today. I need some coffee. Okay, then my other project this I actually worked on off and on all week. This is my Like a Cloud cardigan, also by a pattern by Joji Locatelli. I've actually made some pretty nice progress on it. So now you can see, last time I showed it to you, I just had a strip, I think, and now we have the beginnings of an actual cardigan. So I'm about 4 inches down from the armhole now. I have no idea how long I need to knit it. I just know it needs to be a lot longer than this. But yeah, it's a fun pattern. Very simple, kind of a mindless knit. This yarn is Suburban Stitcher La Boheme, both in her sock and her fingering, sock and mohair. This is the mohair, and that's the fingering. So that has gotten some love this week. And then, because I finished that cowl, I decided to cast on something, because that's what you do, even though you shouldn't, and you know better. I cast on, for this cute tunic tee top. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the name. It's Fukuro. Fukuru? I guess I am going to attempt to pronounce it. And it's on Ravelry. Pattern is by Whitney Hayward. And I cast it on in a new yarn that we just got in. This is, here we go. So I didn't get very far. I'm still on the ribbing. It's a bottom-up design. You can see there. So this yarn is 100% Jacob's wool from England. So it is undyed. These are the natural colors of the fleece that they sort and then spin. So we have a total of 4 colors. These are the 3 that I'm using in the sweater, and this is actually the order. So this is the bottom, this is the contrast bit, and then this gray is the top. And so, like I said, it comes in 4 colors. These are the 4 colors. Which one am I doing? So these are the 3 that I'm using in mine, and then this is the medium gray as well. Whoops, that's the wrong one here. So yes, it's 100% Jacobs, and this is a picture of the sheep. So that's the Jacob sheep, in case you're not familiar. And these are its natural undyed colors. So this is a DK weight wool, 100% British, so it's more of a rustic wool, but it's not scratchy. It's really nice. It just has a good tooth. This is great for cabling. Would be great for any sort of color work, or just you want a more natural minded top. It has 253 yards per skein, and it is DK weight, and it is only $9.50 per hank. So it's quite affordable as well. This makes a great background or main color for color work, and then pop it with some really fun hand-dyed DKs. That would be gorgeous as well. So there's lots of options for this. You can mix and match this Jacobs wool with any of the hand dyes that you have in here. It's going to be beautiful because you're going to get that little bit of rustic with the really nice luxury of the hand dyes. So moving right along into other yarns that we have also gotten in. We got in a bunch of British yarn. So we got in the Jacobs, and then we got in this yarn called Croft by West Yorkshire Spinners. And Croft is 100% Shetland wool. So it is designated as an Aran weight. It can be used as a DK as well, or a heavy, like a heavy DK or a worsted. That's kind of where I've put it in our shop, but it is technically a British Aran weight. You get 182 yards on a skein, and we have tons of colors. So this is not a hand-dyed yarn. This is a batch-dyed yarn, but it is reared, sheared, and spun all in Britain. So it's breed-specific. It is only 100% Shetland Island wool, and it is all milled, everything right there in England. We have a lot of colors. All the colors are named after cities in Shetland, which is really cool. So we've got this black, which is Voxter, this really nice gray, which is Laxforth. Then this one, beautiful color. This is Bixter, kind of a tan. Then we have more of an undyed called Solemn. This is really pretty. This is Melby, kind of a mustardy orange. This is Lerwick, which is a pale gray. This is Olaberry, very bright fuchsia mulberry color. Then you have Seafield, nice lovely teal. It's like a wisteria purple called Tresta. This is Norwick, beautiful royal blue. This is Feltar, which is a kind of an olivey moss-toned green. And this is Belmont, which is a maroon, kind of a burgundy wine. Then it comes in 4 Tweedy colors, which we have here. This is Stonybrook, beautiful tweed. This is Bodam, a blue purpley tweed. This is Eswick, blues and greens. And this is Clausta, which is kind of a purple, neutral, gray kind of combo. I actually have this knit up as part of my Penguano. So if you want to see this knit up, it's the shoulder caps for my Penguano. Let's see. What else? Okay, so then we also got in 100% Wensleydale sheep. So 100% Wensleydale is also by West Yorkshire Spinners, and it's called Gems. And so all the colors are named after gemstones. 100% Wensleydale is considered a light DK. I also would use it for any pattern that's called for a sport weight. You could definitely use this as well. If you're doing a DK pattern and you're not getting gauge, I would recommend that you're probably going to have to size down your needle to get the fabric that you're wanting, but that will also screw up your gauge. So you may get a more lacy fabric to get the actual designer gauge for I'll say a plump DK or a heavy DK pattern that you try to use this for. If you have any questions about what yarn to use for what pattern, you can always ask us either online or in the store or anything like that. We're always happy to help. So this is 100% Wensleydale sheep. So the neat thing with this is it has a little bit of a rustic look, but it also is extremely shiny. So it's very shimmery and has just a little hint of a halo to it. So it's a beautiful drapey, gorgeous yarn. Great for shawls, great for drapey sweaters, cardigans that are going to be like open front, real breezy cardigans. This would be beautiful for. So this one is called Topaz. They're, like I said, they're all, except for the natural, which is just natural, or ecru. They're all named after gemstones. So this one is, well, rocks, granite, mostly gemstones. This one is lapis. The black is jet. This is amazonite. This one is zircon. Amber. Ruby. Cobalt. Aquamarine, and jadeite. This is just a perfectly bright Kelly green. It's really pretty. So that is all the new yarn that we have in the store that I'm pretty sure. You'll also probably notice behind me we have new shelving. Yes. We have rearranged the back of the store, so if you want to see the full tour, go on Instagram and you can swipe through all the pictures and see the tour of the shop. Oh, there's a pair of needles down here. I'll get them in a minute. The other thing you might have noticed me wearing, I don't want to shake the table, is this. So this is the Knoxville Company original shawl cuff that we have now in the store. So the cool thing about these shawl cuffs, Knox Mountain, not Knoxville, that's a city, Knox Mountain Knit Company. So what they do is they take like old leather belts and old leather goods and clean them up, refurbish them or whatever, and then put these snaps on them, and then you have a shawl cuff. So you can use it like I have here, where it kind of just gathers up the side. If you have a shawl that's always kind of falling, you wrap it around, but it's not quite long enough, so it always is falling off. One of these shawl cuffs is a great option for that. They're $30, and they are going on the website later today. So today is Tuesday, the 21st. They will be going up on the website. Now, a lot of them are one of a kind, so what I'm going to do on the website is basically you're going to have the option of narrow, black or brown, that's plain, wide, black or brown, which will be a wide, black or brown, plain, and then either a brown texture or a black texture. So the texture might be the tooling, it might be punchy holes, it might be, like that one's more tooling. I've got some that are I'll say fairly plain, but have your belt loops holes in them, things like that. So that's going to be the two, or this, I guess that's 6 distinctions. So black or brown, and then wide or narrow plain, or the tooling. I don't think there's any real narrow tooling, so I think we're just going to have the one option for the fun designs. So those will be going up on the website. Like I said, these are all, they reclaim and recycle and upcycle the leather, so I think that's really cool. We also got in the My Knitting Notes, the new version of My Knitting Notes by Lina. And so it has everything that you liked about the last one, just a few extra abbreviation pages, and new color. It's a khaki cover rather than the navy blue. And I think the paper is a little bit nicer quality too, in my opinion. But the last thing we got in was we are now carrying jewel designs. So if you've seen jewel designs on the internet, what they are these fun clasps that attach to your, let me show you, to your knitting. I'm crinkling. So basically it creates a closure for an item that you wouldn't have normally had. Kind of like the cuff, but for those that want something that's not a cuff. Goodness gracious. Okay. So, how it works. Live TV, folks. No. Is it has these little posts that you unscrew, and this little washer thing. So it has, you have these little rivets, and then let's just say I was going to what would I want to do on this one? I would want to attach it here, basically, and secure these two sides so it's not going to fall off. So, one side, just kind of press between the stitches. Great. That just flew off into oblivion. And you just screw the post on once you put the little washer thing. And then on the other side, you put the post on, screw it up, and then there. And then for ease of getting it on and off, you don't have to do that. It's a little snap. So you can take it back off. Your pieces are still attached to your knitting, but you can get in and out of them without pulling them over your head. So these can be used as closures for sweaters, or like open front sweaters that you just want to be a little more closed, or if you have smaller scarves that have trouble staying on or around your neck, or a big scarf or shawl that you want to wrap multiple times but it gets a little carried down by its own weight. These are great options, and you can look on Instagram and see different ideas of how people are wearing their jewel clasps. So we have this style, which is the latch closure. We have it in the chocolate brown and the black, and then we have the split ring, which is a little bit smaller. We have that in the chocolate brown, and so instead of a snap in the middle, it has this little ring closure. The chocolate brown, we have a sand, kind of a natural color, and then black as well. And then we also have just some traditional shawl pins. So we have this really pretty Celtic knot, this one, and they're kind of hard to see how you would use them, so let me show you real quick. So In the instance of this one, you put your doodad. It always takes me a minute. There we go. So see? And now you have attached your shawl. So that's how the shawl sticks work. And we have this one, which is kind of a modern arabesque design. The Celtic knot, which is just the stick. It doesn't have a little circly doodad. And then this beautiful hand-carved rosewood. So all of these, all the jewel designs are made fair trade over in the USA, or some of the especially the metalwork. The leather bits are made in the United States, but the metalwork is done fair trade in Indonesia and Bali. So it's really, really beautiful handiwork. And like I said, everything is handmade. So each piece is basically one of a kind. I'm trying to think, anything else coming up? We have Worldwide Knit in Public Day is coming up in June. I believe it's the first part of June. I want to say the 8th, but I could be wrong. You can Google it. I'm looking at my cheat sheet here. We have May 30th, the beginner crochet class. So if you are interested, I do need you to sign up this week so we can secure the class and get that scheduled. I mean, it's scheduled, but let the teacher know that how many people we have. So you can call the shop 936-662-5922 and secure your spot for the class. We do need a prepayment. And then we also have June 20th through the 23rd is Houston Fiber Fest. Anyone can attend Houston Fiber Fest and get into the expo for free. We will be exhibiting there, so we hope to see you come by. July 4th, I know it's a little ways away, but it'll be here before we know it. We will have limited hours. We're only open 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on July 4th. And then July 6th, we're going to have the big birthday bash, because July 6th is my birthday. So 10 to 5, come on down. We're going to do some surprise prizes. I'm sure we'll have some sort of cake or something, because it is my birthday after all. And then August 19th through the 25th is the Houston Yarn, or the Texas Yarn Trail, the Houston Area Yarn Crawl. So be sure and pre-register for that so you can be sure you get your tote bag and your passport to stamp and be entered in to win the grand prize. I think that's about it for now. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll come see you next week, hopefully. Yeah. Have a great day and happy knitting. Bye.